Hello, Cheese Sisters. As you can see by the beautiful surroundings, I am up in the Trinity Alps on a solo retreat. I'm here by myself, no electricity, off the grid, no plumbing, except for there is some solar power. And the owner of the cabin that I'm staying in was kind enough to stock a whole bunch of dry wood so I can stay warm with the wood fire. I feel incredibly privileged to be here and recognize that this was really essential for me right now. I had come to a place where I was just kind of winding down after my mom's passing and after a bunch of different projects that I had. I needed a moment to pause in order to really practice what I teach. So this has been a very quiet time. But what I want to say about it is that you have been in my heart. I have been thinking about each one of us. We're a small enough community at this point that each of you is very, very vivid for me right now. So I wanted to reach out to you from this place. I won't be able to upload the video until I get back into internet connection, but I wanted to make this video today so that I could just take us to the next step with the Balance Brings Harmony that we were working with in the last few weeks. So the last video was the very basic Balance Brings Harmony. I want to add to it. And some of you may have done this with me either live or actually on video, but it's always worth taking, for me, it's always worth coming back to some of these fundamentals, particularly around balance as we're coming towards the sort of the whole holiday season, Thanksgiving moving in through December. And whether you celebrate any of these holidays or you don't, there's still kind of a cultural pressure, at least here in the United States, and I think in Canada too, where there's a sense of momentum going forward that is sort of opposite from what nature is telling us to do, which is to slow down, go inside, listen, have some time, some dream time. And so I'd love to ask you to connect with me and tell me what is the new level of balancing you're doing. So thank you for those of you who've written to me on Facebook or email to let me know. I am holding these different balancings that you're doing, again, with prayer in my heart and sending you lots of mountain chi. So for this fundamental today, what I want to do is just drop your hands down by your sides and stand tall. Soften the space behind your knees and drop your tailbone, your sits bones, and just take a moment to just shake out, release, shake out any extra tension, and then settle in so that you're balanced between the big toe, little toe, and heel on the bottom of each foot. And we're going to simply shift the weight from one foot to the other. And as you do that, what I'd like you to do is feel that your tailbone is not tilting. So in other words, your tailbone, it was like drawing a line. If you have a plumb line going from your tailbone, it would be drawing a line on the ground or the floor below you. Now, if you can't stand at this point, and I know there's a couple of you that cannot, please just feel free to do this in a chair, shifting your weight from one sits bone to the other. That works just as well. Okay, and then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to stay on one side. It doesn't matter which side. And I want to be sure that you're not tilting one way or the other, or that your hip isn't sticking out, that you're really vertical. And you're going to just let your heel come up off the ground a little bit, and then put the heel down. So you shift. So we're just testing that we're 100% of the weight is in that leg, and then just the heel can come up very naturally, effortlessly, and then place it down. I'm going to do the same thing again, lifting one heel up and then placing it down, and then the other heel up and placing it down, and then coming up to the ball of your foot and then down, and then the other foot, lifting up the heel up to the ball of the toe or ball of the foot, and then down. The main thing is if you want to be there 100% before the heel comes up. So you're not trying to do anything. You're really just allowing your weight to settle on one side, and then the heel coming up, there's no shift, there's no balancing thing that you have to do. Okay? And then from there, we're going to shift into that foot 100%, and then you're going to see if you can just let your knee come up a little bit, and then down. And then shift, and same thing with the other knee, coming up, and then down. And again, no shifting in the hip. Your weight is 100% there, so you're not trying to lift the foot until you feel really weighted in that one side. So shifting again, over to the other side, drop that weight and lift it, and then down. Now bring your arms forward, and we're going to combine this with the Lotus Balancing movement. Where today what I'd like you to do is, as your weight goes into the foot, that you're going to let that foot, as your weight goes into, say, let's say the left foot, you're facing me, so the right foot, the left foot comes up, and then as the hand goes down, you're bringing your weight to the direction where your hand is going down, and you're mirroring your legs basically. So as the hand comes up, it's almost like you're starting to lift your knee up. However, I don't want you to actually lose contact with the ground until you're 100%. And if you can't do it, if you can just go to the ball of your foot, or even just lifting the heel, that's a great way to train in terms of your balancing. Now, of course, I believe that, when we embody balancing in this way, then we're also balancing our spirit. We're also working to walk our talk, to balance whatever it is that you're needing to balance right now. Internal, external, being and doing type of thing. Or perhaps you're balancing different things that you have to juggle in your life. That's fine. Whatever you're balancing is fine, but you want to be able to embody this just as a sense of really being able to give over. It's almost like basically like the yin-yang cycle, moving from night to day to night, going from yin to yang to yin. This is the same type of thing. We're just allowing ourselves to recognize, not to clutch at any moment, to hold the possibility that as we shift from one moment to the next, go from in to out to in to out, that we're doing that with a sense of continuity, of ease, effortlessness, just like this Lotus Balancing move. Make sure that you're breathing, make sure that your shoulders are relaxed, make sure that your tailbone is down towards the ground, the crown is lifted, as I said before. You can do the work also of bringing your arms a little forward of your body, so there's a little space underneath your armpits, and this allows chi to move even deeper, you'll find, and more fluidly. And so I'm picturing you here in the mountains with me, just for this moment of time. I hope you can picture yourself here too. And then bring your hands to your lower abdomen. Take a deep breath and let it out. And let me know now what you found. Let's finish today with a clap over the head, rub your hands, bring your hands down the front of your body, all the way down to your feet, then up the back of your body, and out. Dip into the pool of chi, splash. Till next time, be well and let the chi flow. Bye-bye.